Uno de los momentos uno de los momentos más épicos de este vídeo es cuando le preguntamos a Alistair si ha tenido sexo alguna vez.
Oh, so that's what we're talking about.
Sí, sí, que eres
I
virgen.
admit I've never had a
¡Eres
woman just
virgen! Ay.
come out and ask me like this, that's for sure. I myself never had the pleasure.
Ah.
Not that I haven't thought about it, of course. But, you know.
Oh, es tan bonito, eres virgen.
Cute? Well, hearing that from a beautiful woman,
Sí, sí, afortunadísimo.
I'll say that. Of course you
Ah,
are.
soy el mejor, bueno, la mejor.
You're ravishing, resourceful,
Recuerda,
and all
soy
those
mujer,
other things
soy
you
mujer,
probably
soy
heard me
mujer.
for not saying. That's what I'm here for. It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it. Let us be off then.
Sí, sonrojarte si te falta que te den síncope.
At your service. Of course.
La verdad es que sí, que el uniforme de los templarios es la leche.
Well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring. I keep it hidden under my pillow. Sometimes I'll take it out just so I can...
Creo que nunca te he visto. Creo que nunca te he visto con el puesto y lo llevas puesto ahora mismo. Muy bien.
You don't really want to know about my being a templary.
Nada, cuenta, hombre.
It's really quite boring. Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything better to do, right? The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al Eamon had cast me off unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it. Using the abilities I have came after years of education and discipline that was difficult to achieve, if rewarding. The sword training and religious doctrine all came later. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined
los Guarda Grises son los mejores.
Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
Oh.
Really? I guess I like the sound of that. We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off.
¿Dónde se ha aparecido, hombre?
The Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way. I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
A ver cómo vamos. Como veis abajo la barrita se ha desplazado un poco mucho a la derecha.
At your service.
Ya no nos van quedando muchas preguntas.
Of course. You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden? You know, I asked Duncan this too.
Ya lo verás.
All I got was your I have other lines for you. Oh, It's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret, it's just that the Grey Wardens don't discuss it much. I gather it's not a pleasant topic. The first change I noticed was an increase in appetite. I used to get up in the middle of the night and raid the castle larder. I thought I was starving. I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, the other Grey Wardens would stare, then laugh themselves to tears. More like an initiation. They all went through it too. Oh, and then there were the nightmares.
Mente colectiva.
It was part of how we
Como si esto fuera StarCraft.
We tap into their
los engendros son seres.
Group mind. And when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while, but at first it's hard. It's supposed to be worse for those who join during a blight. How is it for you? Some people never have much trouble, but that's rare.
Joder.
Others have trouble sleeping their entire life. They're just more sensitive, I suppose. Everyone ends up the same, though. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. That's how a Grey Warden knows his time has come. Oh, that's
Ahora llegan las malas
never had
noticias.
time to tell you that part, did we? Well, in addition to all the other wonderful things about being a Grey Warden, you
30
don't need to
años
worry about
máximo.
dying from old age. You've got 30 years to live, give or take. The taint, it's a death sentence. Ultimately, your body won't be able to.
La
take it.
tradición morir en
When time
combate,
comes,
muy
most Grey
bien.
Wardens go to Orzammar and die in battle rather than waiting. It's tradition. You'll always find Darkspawn down where the dwarves are. The oldest
En la última batalla
Grey Wardens
matar a 4 o
basically
5 que te
closed
ensarten
the
con flechas y a tomar
Not
por
that there's
culo.
a shortage of Darkspawn during a blight, but that's the tradition. The dwarves respect us for it. And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. There you have it. You know, Duncan, he started having the nightmares again. He told me that in private. He said it wouldn't be long before he'd go to Orzammar himself. I guess he got what he wanted.
Se cargó un ogro él solo, así que
Worthy of him.
tuvo una muerte gloriosa.
I know. Ending the blight should make this all worthwhile, right?
Todavía quedan un porrón de preguntas.
Of course.
Joder.
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be 2 of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere. Here,
Denerim, olvídate.
in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that and be watching it, no doubt. Beyond that, the only place I know of is Weishaupt.
1000 millas de aquí, vamos. Podemos ir andando.
1,000 miles from here, but I've no idea how to even contact them. So unless we try to get back to the compound in Denerim, I suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go. I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan or someone. They'll send someone eventually.
Maldito
Who
Loghain.
knows what Loghain's people in Denerim will tell them. Maybe they won't send anyone. We could try to contact them. But that would mean leaving Ferelden, and even if we did, they couldn't come back with us in time to stop the blight. So that means whatever happens, it's up to us. That's a good question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the free marches. Again, however,
más adelante en futuros juegos seguramente se verán otros núcleos de Guardia Gris. Eso estaría bastante bien.
I don't know. If there's an archdemon, however, we're supposed to be the only ones who can defeat it. And that means the blight would grow unchecked. Eventually, other Grey Wardens in Orlais and other lands would hear about it, and they would come to fight it, but they wouldn't come in time to save
Alistair es un patriota.
There's no way. I'm not going anywhere.
About
the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. At your service.
Joder.
I didn't know them for very long, but I guess it was longer than you. You never met them all, did you?
Era un grupo genial.
Actually, they felt like an extended family since we were all cut off from our former lives. We also laughed more than you'd think. There was this one time...
Ah, sí, cuenta.
You probably don't want to hear stories about men you didn't know. Not as Grey Wardens.
Halago ahí a traición.
Though none of them were as pretty as you are. There was one Grey Warden who came all the way from the Anderfells. What was his name?
La barba más larga y más rara.
He was a burly man with the biggest, fuzziest beard you've ever seen. And the man could drink. He drank all the time. He got drunk.
Todos ahí pillando una curda.
Just how many pints it would take to put him under the table. Sometimes we were kin of a sort. All of us had gone through the joining, so we knew. Well, anyhow, it doesn't have to be deadly serious all the time. Anyhow, we never did find out. He said he'd drink a pint for every half the rest of us drank. He was still going by the time the rest of us were passed out. I'm told that Duncan walked in later on and saw us all passed out from one end of the hall to the other. And
ahora es cuando entra la depresión.
Duncan laughed until he nearly... Until...
Eres un llorón, Alistair, por el amor de Dios.
I thought I was done with this, but it just struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by. Nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could...
Llora.
That must sound really stupid to you.
Más adelante podemos darle un escudo que era de Duncan, pero para conseguirlo necesitamos bastante más tiempo.
I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your opinions on some of our traveling companions. Do you mind if I ask? I've got this nefarious plan to go around to each of them and secretly tell
sí, sobre todos te seguirían a ti, de seguro. Al bastardo virgen.
Wow. The group leader. What? Lead? Me? No leading. Bad things happen when I lead. We get lost, people die, and the next thing you know, I'm stranded somewhere without a pants. Seriously though, I'm only curious. I've had enough time to form my own opinions, and I just want to see if yours are any different. Just try and stop me. Let's see, where should I begin? Zevran, the elf. You can't trust him, can you? Do you believe his so-called vow? Then why bring him along? Don't you think he might try to kill you again? Maybe he's just biding his time. Well, at least you're considering the possibility. He just seems shifty to me. What about
miedo.
The way he looks at me with those
bueno,
eyes,
continuamos con el interrogatorio a Alistair en el siguiente vídeo.
someone so big.